Number one station for Talk 90.3 Nigeria Info FM. Good afternoon to you. It is Wednesday, the 18th day in the month of October 2023. How do you do? I trust your day is going as planned. And if it isn't, well, how many hours gone? Yeah, 12 hours gone. 12 hours, 27 minutes gone. So let's say you have 11 hours, is it 33 minutes more? Yeah, to make the most of your Wednesday. Having said that, I'm glad you could join us, and I look forward to having a great time with you from now up until 2 p.m. Now, this is what is on the menu today. We'll talk about paying to get a job, paying money to get a job, and I'll tell you why in no distant time. And then the 1 o'clock hour will have trending stories. Then we'll be back, and then we'll have a recorded program for roughly 15 minutes or thereabout. Now, before 2 o'clock, we'll have a chit-chat, and it's something it's something I've experienced, and I'm sure a lot of you Nigerians have experienced that as well. But then again, we're having that chit-chat because I'm not sure anyone wants to find themselves in that position. But if it does happen, what would you do? Something about things finishing when they are not supposed to finish. There are some things you cannot tell that they are getting finished. Things like gas. Yes, things like gas. You know, you're advised not to go and be shaking it. So you just let it alone. However, what do you do when something like that finishes? And it finishes at an odd hour. I mean, an hour when you cannot even get it. Is it that you don't have the money to and fill it, or the timing is wrong to go and fill it? And you can give as many examples as possible. 2 o'clock to 3 o'clock, it will be time for talking figures. My colleague Choma Ezenwafa will be in the studio for that one. So, without further ado, we dive right into the conversation, shall we? Now, I would love for you to be a part of the conversation, but not just listening. Guess what? You can also have your take on the said matter. You either go to our social media platforms, X at Nigeria Info PH, read through the post, drop your tweet in the comment section. You go to Facebook, Nigeria 92.3 PH, and you drop your comments in the comment section. You could choose Instagram or WhatsApp. The WhatsApp and Instagram number is 0809 030 6416. You can also choose Instagram and Threads. The number I gave was actually for WhatsApp and Telegram. Gram. Okay. So on Instagram and Threads, it is at Nigeria Info FM _ PH. At Nigeria Info FM _ PH. Due time, I will call out the phone numbers, and I look forward to hearing from you. Having said that, now, it's not new to us that people pay money to get juicy job offers. The oil companies, the multinationals, I think it became popular there. So usually, if someone tells you they work in oil and gas, you know that this person is earning good money, right? This person is earning from maybe back then, from around 200 to 300,000, and to tell you the truth, some people even earn in millions. If someone tells you that he's a rig worker, 2 weeks off, 2 weeks on, 1 week off, 3 weeks on, you know that this person is earning good money. And it seemed like everybody wanted an opportunity to work in oil and gas, to work with some of the multinationals, Abby. There's another name they call them. I'm trying to remember. Somebody please help me. But you understand what I mean. So people at the time wouldn't mind letting go of a percentage of their first salary, or even the total of their first salary, to get it, as long as they get it. Now, while some people who pride themselves in making such opportunities available to people will take their money first and then go ahead to ensure that these persons get the job, others will say, at the moment you get your employment letter, you know what to do. Back then, when you were done with youth service, there are people that would even send you messages on WhatsApp. Hi, my name is this. We met on camp. There is an opening in XYG company. They've sent that thing to me millions of times. And I know I never applied. I know I don't know the person. And they tell you, if you're interested, call me. Now, calling them, what follows is, you're going to give me this 1,000 or that 1,000 or this, and the job is yours. And you know what they say in Nigeria? Jobs are scarce. So, if you can afford to, why not? However, the entire act reeks of illegality and immorality, because chances are that you may not be qualified. Chances are that you may not go through the process other people would go through, other prospective candidates to go through. So it's somewhat related to man no man. I work here. Oh, please help me find a job here. I put in a good word for you. I don't collect anything from you. On the other hand, I work here and I can help you get a job here. However, something has to give. You need to drop something. You need to drop money. But they say, how man go do now? Now, a certain man was arrested. He was almost lynched yesterday for allegedly defrauding job seekers at River State University. His victims had seen him at the University of Port Harcourt Teaching Hospital and attacked him. Security at the hospital intervened to save him. The man, identified as Philip Oderayi, was later handed over to the Choba Police Division. The suspect is accused of collecting between 200,000 and 400,000, 200 and 450,000 naira from his victims, with the promise of giving them employment. One of the victims, Otaveno Stephen, spoke to our correspondent, and he is asking for a refund. No, I take that back. He is demanding a refund. Will you pay to get a job? If an opportunity presents itself and you are given the option of paying to get the job or following the due process to get the job, which will you take? Which are the options? Pay or follow process? That's question number one. Question number two, between the person who will get paid, the person paying to get a job, I take that back. Between the person paying to get a job and the one receiving the payment, who is a bigger offender? The one, some people will say giver and givee. I don't know if there's anything like that, but between you who says, bring your first month's salary, I'll give you this job, and you who brings it to me after you get the job, who is the bigger offender? Let's talk. 0817 923 0002 0817 923 0003. Once again, 0817 923 0002 and 0817 923 0003. WhatsApp and Telegram number remains 0809 030 6416. On X, we are at Nigeria Info PH, and our Facebook page remains Nigeria Info 92.3 PH. Go there, watch us live, and be a part of the conversation. A call screener is in standby to take your calls first before passing you on to us. That's me in the studio. So when you do call, the first voice you would hear would not be my voice, but that of the call screener. So I have Ikechi. Ikechi is coming from Alu. Hi Ikechi, good afternoon to you and welcome to the sunny side.
Good afternoon, thanks.
Good afternoon.
Yes, on the discussion on grant, I don't think there's anything like due process. Moreover, in this part of the country,
Okay.
where is as though politics taking over everything. And that is the reason why people feel that the only option, those who cannot queue in, the only option they just have is to pay the money and get the job. Because definitely there's a high level of unemployment, there is hardship, there is hunger, and the only thing people can do, people are ready to do anything to get a job, at least to sustain themselves and their household. So,
Ikechi.
if you ask me,
Yeah,
it's
go
as
ahead.
though that is the only option available to so many persons.
So would you take that option?
If I have such opportunity, although I'm a civil servant, but
Okay.
as it stands now, it's as though that is the only option. I've seen severally people write tests, go for tests, they apply for whatever exams and so find out that nothing comes out of it. It's as though it's a jam to just a way to bring people, gather people somewhere or spend their money for no reason, for just no reason. And these are people who want to be useful, who have gone to school, who have done one thing or the other to equip
Ikechi.
themselves, and they
Ikechi.
are ready to work.
Ikechi. Oh, sorry to
Yes.
interject. Ikechi, if
Yes.
you have 200,000 naira to give somebody or 450,000 naira to give somebody to get you a job, is that not enough money for you to use to do something lucrative on your own?
When we are talking about a job, I don't know. This is in the first place. We should look at the kind of job we're talking about.
Okay.
And most of the time, when people hear about this pensionable job,
Mm.
it's a lifetime opportunity, and
Okay.
people want to add into it. They want to be part of it because, on the long run, they know what they tend to do. It is a job that you get earn more than 400 or whatever it is. And the truth, just as I said, people want to be carried along. As it stands now, it's like what they care about to do. So people are just seeing on where they can get opportunity and be useful to themselves.
Okay.
That is just what is all about.
All right.
So on the aspect of who is taking or who is giving, the question you asked,
Yeah, who is the biggest
I think
offender?
that if a person thinks that he cannot deliver on a thing, there is no need trying to fool people. So it is the person that is receiving at the end that is doing the wrong thing. Because if you know that you deliver this thing,
So
there is no
if
need
the
trying
person
to
can
deceive people.
deliver, then it's not a problem.
If the person can deliver, just as I said earlier, that is what it is now. Because
Okay.
I know severally people that have written exams for even the one that is going on now. How many persons are qualified or who qualify for that job were not called up? And can you tell me that if such person have opportunity to pay where they will pay and they are sure they will get the job, what option would they have? They will have to pay because as though that is the only thing our society and the government can offer us now.
All right. Thank you. Thank you so much, Ikechi. I have Duke. Duke is calling from Ahoda. Good afternoon to you, Duke. Welcome to the. Hello, Duke.
Hello?
Yes, Duke. Welcome. Good afternoon to you.
Yo, I'm Duke. I'm not Duke.
Please. Okay.
Yeah,
please.
yeah.
Sorry, the name I see.
Yeah, considering the program that is fine. You know, sometimes you have unemployed situation because and you have someone who's willing to offer you there with a ransom of money. And actually that scenario or that situation would be genuine. So you don't have anything to hesitate. The most job. Consider that the job is going to be a lifetime job that is going to give you a kind of money that is more than. So why we like that?
Bliss, can I ask you a question?
Yeah.
And it's a personal question. Sorry to ask, but I need to. Duke, you are qualified. You apply for a job. And let's assume assume that you did not have the money to pay. You did not get the job. Someone paid money, discovered afterwards the person who was employed in your stead not as qualified as you are, but the person had maybe 100,000 or 200,000 to give. How would you feel?
Are you looking at it in this way as you are meant the opportunity to get the job?
Hello?
You are even qualified. You mentioned it, but because you don't know anybody that will facilitate that for
exactly
you.
What we are saying. Exactly what we are saying. What if the person that was given the opportunity, like you said, paid and the person gets the job? How would you feel?
No, if the person gets the job, kudos to the person. But whereas if the person does not get the job and there is somebody who is willing to pay the money somewhere and get the job, I think it's nice to read.
Duke, I don't think you get the question, but thank you so much. I'm saying the person. Duke, I said the person. Sorry, Bliss. I don't say the person. I said you, Ganga, you. Victor is calling from Iwafe. Hi, Victor. Welcome to the sunny side. Go ahead. Hello, Victor. Good afternoon, Victor. Go ahead.
Okay, concerning the topic on ground, I would like to speak on going for the job.
Okay.
Because I would rather go for the job myself. Yeah, because there's no need looking for an estate. There's no need looking for an agent for a job. And I know I can get the job myself. Because the reason I'm looking for a job is to pay, not to pay to work.
Okay.
So, I look for the job myself.
Okay.
And the second question, the person is paying the money is a great offender. The person paying is just a fool.
When you say it like that, someone says people are desperate. Now, see, I understand people can do certain things in desperation. See, I wouldn't sit here and act like I do not know the plight of people. I wouldn't sit here and I do not know how many persons reach out to every month, say, bros, I beg, nothing day. Send even if it's 2K. Send even if it's 3K. I wouldn't sit here and act like we don't have people that do not know where the next meal is going to come from. I wouldn't sit here and pretend. Now, there is a job opening. Now, I want to differentiate something because there's a difference between an agency helping you source for a job and asking for a fee. That's totally different. Their job openings, they help you get jobs that fit your preference and your qualification. And they take a fee. There are agencies like that. I think they call it job vending. I can't remember which is which. That is completely legal. It's fine. So I need a job in oil and gas. And there's an agent that can tell me, oh, the person doesn't necessarily help me get the job. The person tells me that there is this opening. The person can help with pointers to how I can go about the job interview or probably the exam. And if I get the job, fine. If I don't get the job, oh well, that's different. It's different from someone telling you, you will get this job if you give me 100,000. You will get this job. I will ensure you get it as long as when you start earning, your first 1 month salary is mine. Or for the first year you start working with a company, 10% of your salary goes to me. After that, you can continue. After that 1 year, you can now start enjoying your full salary. What you can do now, what to say. But how legal and how moral is it? Because time and time again, the chances are that the people that will eventually get the job may not be qualified. So it's taking someone away, the person who has paid the money to get the job. And it's even more that some of you will now go to church and share testimony that gave you a job. Whereas between you and that helped you get the job, you know you had to pay something to get the job. And that is asking, would your conscience allow you to pay to get a job? That's question number one. Now, question number two, between the person paying to get a job and receiving the payment, who is a bigger offender? And when I'm talking about offending, I'm talking about offending the millions of other people who have qualified, offending the law, offending in any possible way you can think of. Real gift is calling from Port Harcourt Town. Oh dear, real gift, you'll have to call back. I think the question on social media is between the person paying to get a job and the one receiving the payment, who's a bigger offender. So I'm basing the receiver, of course. That's from Donang Israel. Says the receiver as well. The question I would have loved everyone to answer was question number one before moving on to question number two. Someone said, I just hate listening to your program because you most times seem you're not in this country or know about the happenings around here. I beg, talk about another thing. Oh dear, I'm so sorry. But you see, the sunny side is hinged around ethical, philosophical, and thought-provoking conversations. And some of these things are hinged around things. Now that they have been happening does not make it okay. That they have been happening does not make it good. That they have been happening does not mean it is moral or justifiable or appropriate. So I'm so sorry, my darling. Real gift from Port Harcourt Town. Welcome to the side. Go ahead.
Good afternoon to you, lady.
Good afternoon to you.
Well, for me, you asked a question. Is it or will I be convinced to pay for a job? Is there a correlation between morality and hunger? See, ordinarily, I'm not saying there are no persons that will decide to say, okay, I know I'm qualified for the job. If I don't get it, all well and good. Maybe it's the will of God. Now, on two occasions, I've gone for a particular job to the interview, and at the end of the day, when the final list came out, I participated from the beginning, right from the days of two tests and what have you. But the majority, if not 95% of the names we now see on the notice board are names at least a extent. During the process, 5 or let's say 7% of those names I never saw or heard within that process time. Where they come from. So when you see a situation like that, I know I merited that particular.
Okay.
Because maybe I don't know somebody, and because I don't know the channel, to the financial side, I lost out. So when you have an experience like this, not the first time, not the second time, definitely, if you can afford it, all well and good. For me, you say both the person they give and the taker. For me, they are the same thing. Nobody is a bigger thing because if there is no market, there will be no product.
No problem.
If there is no product, there will be no market. So whatever is good for Tamno will be good for Kubo. Like in the case of this guy, which I read about, I think even those who gave him the money, the same consequence as himself that took the money. At this point, already it is exposed. Assuming it did not come out like this, smile and smile will go our way. You understand my point?
Okay.
But in this case, crime has been committed on both sides.
Okay.
If I get the opportunity, if I have the money, and it depends on the amount of money, if the money will be enough for me to start up something for myself, sincerely speaking, I will go start them rather than using it to invest in somebody's life.
Okay.
You understand my point? Thank you very much.
It's funny how we say we want a better society and come like this, get feeling a certain type of way. Anyway, moving on to Frederick from Forest Avenue. Welcome to the sunny side, Frederick. Go ahead.
Good afternoon, ma'am.
Good afternoon.
I want you to repeat the first question again.
Come again?
Question.
I should repeat the. Hello, Frederick?
I can hear you. The first question again.
Will you pay money for a job?
Okay, actually, I'm a public servant, and I don't think it's nice to pay money before getting a job. If you look at it from this perspective, you've tried the necessary things and the vacancies are much and the applicants are much to get the job. And if there is room for that, you can discretionally, after having the due qualification for the job, you can discretionally understand the job, because the job is for your own benefit.
Okay.
If you get it for your own benefit, take care of your family and all of that. Understand? I don't think it's legally right to pay the job. And now, the person who you pay the money to and you that pay the money, both of you guys are both offenders. Understand? But in this case, I don't think it's lawful or unlawful to do that. Because an agreement is an agreement. You can sue the person to court. You should sue the person to court to offend.
I see.
You hear me?
I heard you.
You that also receive the money, you guys are corporate, and you guys will be held responsible. So, but in the eyes of the law, the person that receives the money will get greater punishment, and you two that pay. It's both illegal, and you guys
So he's collecting punishment, frauding.
You can both pay the money, charge up, good.
Ogbonna from Rukwaku, welcome. Go ahead.
Yeah, good afternoon.
Good afternoon, Ogbonna.
Didi, please, let's start thinking things on the right perspective. Is it bad to buy a goods? Is it bad to pay for money for something you want? Is it bad thing or a good thing?
If hold on. There are commodities. There are products and services that are clearly labeled. You have to pay to get them. For instance, you can listen to radio now. You do not have to pay to listen to this radio, right? Because that is how the system has been created. If someone now comes on the back end to tell you that if you want to listen to Nigeria Info, you have to pay, and Nigeria Info have allowed this thing free to air, then it's wrong. I have to let you go now. We need to go on a commercial break.
Going on a vacation or a business trip, catching a flight to see family, or taking a
get a job, simply put. I'm sorry I had to let you go because of that commercial break we had. Back to some of your messages. Good afternoon. The person paying for the job is the biggest offender. No job anywhere in this regard. Don Dada from Omebule. Now this says, good afternoon, presenter. Paid to get a job. The person that paid is the person that paid is seen as a fool, and the one who received is wise. The agreement should be, when I get the job, I pay you from the first salary. Where Mungu fall, Gaiman whack. Job seekers should be wise. Nigeria is full of scam. Evangelist Roland, send that in. Good afternoon, Didi. There's nothing wrong if it is required for you to pay some amount of money before getting a job. The only problem is those greedy and selfish ones trying hard to defraud their fellow citizens. If you refuse to pay, in some cases, pay and up while you stay at home with responsibility staring at your face. Besides, it requires a lot of patience before it starts making good returns, and you know before then the debt you owe and other needs keep piling up. The receiver is the one to be blamed here. Why acting to be what you know you can't execute? Judy, things are getting tough every now and then. For the fact that you get a job so easily or living at least above average, you may not know what others are facing. Let's take it on a real perspective. Henry, the fact that you got a job so easily. Good afternoon. The person that paid the money to get the job is the person that pay money to get the job will. There's no government job that will pay money to get jobs. Some people. I don't understand your message. Maybe you should look at it again and resend. We all want a good society. We all want corruption to be a thing of the past. We all want things like favoritism to end. We all want people to get what is due them. And we're still talking about people paying money to get a job. Now, it's not hinged or not on whether they are qualified or not. We'll come back to this after this.
Set your time on Nigeria Info, the correct time.